You know how it's really bad? This is how you know no one likes Biden. When Kamala Harris is climbing in the popularity polls compared to you, Joe, you might as well pack up and go home. The Monmouth poll out just yesterday. I think Breitbart had a good write-through on this that we were looking at. So this one, guys, take a look. So Joe Biden's approval rating falls to the lowest in his presidency. Lowest ever. So low that Kamala, who has been like way down here in the doldrums the whole time because literally no one likes her. I mean, I was really caught by that. Like even in New Hampshire, boy, did she bomb in New Hampshire. She went up there and when she was running for president and they really couldn't stand her. And people were like, oh, it's because she's a minority, because she's a woman. And I'm like, no, they just really can't stand her. By the way, Nikki, and I'm like, no, they just really can't stand her. By the way, Nikki Haley is a minority. She's Indian and she's a woman. And they love her in New Hampshire. I mean, not as much as they love Trump, but they love her in New Hampshire. Kamala Harris, dead last. It has to do with a few things. One, I don't think she's the brightest woman. And I've heard a little too much word salad, I guess, at this point. And then, of course, there's this. It's hard to listen to her.
Poor hubby. Poor hubby. Nah.
You want to watch that again? No, I know you don't. Anyway, someone along the way should have said, okay, Kamala, we got to work on a few things. We got to work on keeping your train of thought consistent and not using a lot of superfluous words that mean nothing relative to what you're actually talking about. That's the word salad stuff. And then we got to work on this laugh because you know what? It's not helping, lady. It's not helping. But Joe is so bad that she's actually now ahead of him. So that tells you quite a bit, does it not? It also tells you that this extremism that has been emerging, this dislike of Israel, this desire to stand with Hamas and Gaza, this stuff has legs, and that's scary among Democrats right now. I mean, we've seen Rashida out there flipping out. We've seen all the rhetoric coming from the squad and the extremists on the left. I mean, immediately, as soon as October 7th happened, they were there with the Harvard kids, right? Harvard kids are like, oh, it's Israel's fault. And Rashida's like, we need a ceasefire. Ilhan Omar, we need a ceasefire. And it's like, wait a second. Like they just brutally killed. Brutally killed 1,200 innocent people. And they took all those others hostage. And you're going to sit there and say Israel should roll over and play dead. I don't think so. But you know what? This is a popular sentiment right now within the Democrat Party. But Kamala has decided she's going to go with those lefties on the extreme part of the party because, Joe, he's trying to be Mr. Israel and he's not doing a good job at it. He's backing away as well because there's political consequences that he's realizing associated with standing up for one's ally. So Kamala, on the other hand, wow, she's a big political piece that was planted. I can tell it's planted because you know what? I've been a reporter for a long time. I know these things. It was planted in Politico saying it was really Kamala who's been encouraging the president to back off his support from Israel. Great. Well, no sooner were those kids on college campuses all across America getting harassed, Jewish kids getting harassed. I mean, there was the one kid at Harvard that was just surrounded as this group of pro-Palestinian protesters were screaming shame at him. He didn't deserve any of this. Did not deserve any of this. She comes out with this little number announcing her big little executive action because somehow she's tone deaf to what's actually happening in America right now and just wants to appease the extremists over there on the squad. Let's cue this one.
Today, I am proud to announce the Biden-Harris administration will develop our nation's first national strategy to counter Islamophobia. This strategy will be a comprehensive and detailed plan to protect Muslims and those perceived to be Muslim from hate, bigotry, and violence, and to address the concern that some government policies may discriminate against Muslims. For example, the so-called Muslim ban, which President Biden revoked on our first day in office.
I'll tell you, it's kind of scary. This woman could actually be president. If she does, good luck to us all.